Well, happy Wednesday, everybody. How are ya? It's time. It's time. Here comes that look. Penny, you were the first one to say hello. Awesome, awesome. How are you? I see Andrew sneaking in. Mr. Bibb is even in the house. Thank you very much. And Terry Graham, how are you? Diane. Awesome, awesome. Let me look here now. Making sure we got these shared to all the right places. Share to a page. Make sure everybody can see it where it's at. Yes, indeed, they can. Well, hello, hello, hello. I see there we have Rebecca Luedemann in the house, and Ann Irwin, and Christy, and well, just wow. Oh, the guest is already in the house, yeah. Mr. Bibb? Okay. All right, that's great. So, hey, we're going to give everybody a few minutes to get on. Hi, Fran. Hey, Candace. This is our, let's give you background. Could be watching this for the first time. We, in our Avon world, have an event, our national convention coming up, which is known as RepFest. And I have taken it upon myself to pick some of the people that I think can give you reasons why you need to be there. I could give you all kinds of reasons, but y'all get tired of hearing from me. I know what that's all about. So we started out with the one and only Tim Brown. Yeah, we did. And then we went to Autumn Lugo, who was absolutely wonderful. And then yesterday we had massive, it was like Aspira energy pills with Linda Montavon in the house. That was amazing. I mean, I thought she was going to do somersaults right there outside. She was so excited talking about this. Hi, Brittany Hutchinson. How are you? And Deborah, how are you? So, I just figure I'm going to keep doing this because I know we got people who are on the fence. And they're like, I don't know if I can afford it. I don't know if it'll be worth it. I'm not quite sure if it's what I need. And I'm telling you, quit it, Avon world. You need RepFest. RepFest needs you. You need to come see everything that's coming for third and fourth quarter. You need to come meet with your peers. You need, we could keep going. Don't you need a little vacation? And why not throw a little learning and a little joining your tribe? And don't you get tired of people who don't get what you do? And have you just felt like you're kind of like, you don't know what to do? This is a place where you reconnect with your purpose. You reconnect with who you want to be, the type of person you want to be, the people you're going to meet to connect and say, I can do what they're doing. People who are on the same leadership title that you're at, people who are trying to make President's Club just like you. There are so many reasons. I mean, not to mention, I'm sorry, Barbara and Rascal Flatts. I mean, come on. Avon's giving us Rascal Flatts. Barbara, who is our main speaker from the Shark Tank, one of my idols, has been for years, have followed her on Facebook for years. She's got a podcast out. I mean, I got to tell you, look, you can even bring your family. Stop with the excuses. Did you hear that the Ohio State Fair is going to be going on? And I hear Reba McEntire is going to be there. It's not all about Avon. You're going to find out what Ohio's all about. A lot of us are going to be on a tour at Zanesville. I mean, there is just so much to get excited about. But rather than me going on and on and on, we are going to bring our number 4 mystery guest. Now, I'm going to give you a couple hints before I bring her on, okay? It's a her. You could tell from the outline, it's a her. We're going to have some more hymns, but we got a her today, okay? The first time that I unofficially met this person was when I was at one of these events, and Avon had come up with this new commercial type program, and she was one of the stars in the commercial. And when I saw her she brought tears to my eyes. Her story made me cry, and I wasn't even menopausal then, okay? I mean, I am, and I fell in love with her instantly. I could not wait to meet her, and at the time, she could not be there because she was very, very pregnant at the time. And I just knew that it was one of my deals. I wanted to meet this person. So I'm gonna bring her on. And a lot of you probably already know who I'm talking about, but you may not, okay? Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm adding her. Let's see if she comes on. Let's see now. Come on. I'm hoping I'm getting better at this. I've really sucked the last 3 times of adding people. I mean, I really have. I'm trying to figure this world out of social media, you know? I just, let's hold, it's,
Hi. So I have my phone all set up. Hold on. Give me a second. I had it all set up, but I had it vertical, and apparently I can't join if it's vertical.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Rebecca Luedemann, superstar of the Avon screen, makeup maven, mommy to many, husband who I like, but don't tell him that I like him, but yeah, kind of like I do.
Oh, he's watching. Shh.
Yeah, is he watching? Good. I hope he is. I'm very brave behind the camera, I'll have you know. Rebecca, who is, of course, we had Autumn the other day. She is the other half of the Lulu crew, as we call them, who in a lot of times with this crazy Avon thing, they kind of keep my husband safe. There's no other way to talk about it. I mean, they just kind of like, they're like the linebackers for him because people come running for us and they're like, oh, forget, he's blind. Hold up. So they have been a godsend for me at these events, but just crazy. And Rebecca, thank you so much for being on because I know how busy it is. I know Tom is probably home and I'm taking time away, but as long as I'm taking time away from him, I don't care. That makes me feel good. So it's all good. But he knows that. And by the way, guys, if you ever meet Tom, you're going to love him too. It just sucks, but you're going to love him too. I'm just saying, you just will. So he's just that kind of guy. So, Rebecca, I told them before you came on that when I unofficially met you, you were on the big screen at conference and they were telling the stories, Beauty for Purpose, and you came on and you were pregnant and you were talking about wanting to be home with your kids and the fact that when you were talking about them, you got like all emotional. And I said, I don't know if it's pregnancy hormones or not, but me too. And I think everybody in the room who didn't know who you were fell in love with you instantly. It was just that easy. You just fell into our hearts. And as far as my heart goes, you haven't fell out since. You did the Avon 39 walk with us and came in and I got to feed you and spoil you a little bit. And you and I were the only sane ones who didn't want to stay in a pink little tent. That's all I'm going to say.
I told you
I know, Autumn and Linda Montavine. What is that? Then people, she was just like, say the word. Let's go to a hotel. Say the word. Let's go. She said other words too, but we ain't going to talk about them. She said, say the word. Say the word. We're going to do this. And I was like, girl, we've got to be the brave ones. People are watching us. I know that, but I don't want to be here. But we both did it. We both did it. Now, you've been, and still are, as far as I'm concerned, one of our makeup mavens with Avon. And I know some people will not know what that is, because if you weren't with us when Avon did that, Rebecca was chosen out of hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people who had to send in videos about makeup application. And as I recall, she was our girl Friday sharing products with us with what is now known as Campaign Central. So if you're looking at her going, she looks familiar, I think I've seen her before.
Several hair colors later. But
maybe, yes. But we all do that. That's okay. We all do that. So let Rebecca, how long have you been with Avon?
Goodness. So coming up in August, I think is going to be my 9-year anniversary.
Awesome. Okay. And what is your leadership title?
Gold Ambassador.
Gold Ambassador and climbing. You are what sales title?
President's Club.
President's
but on
Club.
my way back to Honor Society. So
I love that. I love that. And this is what I like about having you though, Rebecca. One, you're a mom in the everyday life. You've had your own struggles with trying to figure out how to work everything in. And I know you and Tom together as a family, I mean, you guys have like made things happen where a lot of people be like, this crazy. And I don't need no Avon either while I'm at it. And you did it though. When I listen to you, I feel your love for the company. I feel your love for wanting to make a better life for you and your kids. I don't think you want to see your husband work until the ripe old age of 90. I think every woman in today's world likes to feel like they're giving back to the family. And when I watch you, that's what I see. That's what I've always seen. And I feel like the women who are going to be watching this, whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on the YouTube or the replay, Rebecca is the stay-at-home mom. This is what she has wanted to do, and she is building her own empire, and she's doing it in her time, in her way. You heard her. She's coming up to her 9th year. I know you've had struggles, Rebecca. You've shared struggles with me that you've had in this business. I know you've wanted to throw in the towel probably just as many times as I've wanted to throw in the towel sometimes. And that happens, and I think people don't think that's normal. But what I do know is I watch you after you go to one of these events, and it seems to do something for you. So first of all, can we start with like the first event you went to where you were actually amongst all the other representatives? What did you feel with that? What did it bring to you? What did you leave there with?
So my very first conference was a while back, almost 9 years ago, probably at least 8 years ago, when they were still just doing leadership conferences. It wasn't RepFest. Right. They hadn't opened it up to everybody. And it was kind of the last conference they'd had before they took a hiatus. So it was in Vegas at the Paris Hotel. And like, I can still remember it was the 125th anniversary of Avon. So it was a biggie. Yep. Like they did a lot of celebrations. But I actually wasn't quite in leadership yet. Like I was on my way. And my leader helped me go to the conference because she really, felt like I was her next leader. And probably one of the biggest things for me in coming into Avon, I had sold Avon a little bit in college 10 years prior to that, but I was just coming back on and wanting to actually make a go of the business and actually make it work for me because I had just left my office job, my corporate job, so that I could stay home with my son, my oldest, who was still only like 6 months old. And the biggest thing I remember being at that conference and looking around this big ballroom of people who were all leaders at that time, right? Because you had to be a leader to go, was noticing that no one was necessarily different than me. Because sometimes when you come into a company like this and you see all the leaders and social media really wasn't that big yet, but like I knew who the biggies were, like Lisa Wilbur and like the ones that have been around forever and that were on the what was it, the Fortune video, I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
From a long time ago. Yeah.
I can't even remember, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Karen Schnelly and Wilbur and
Yeah,
so you expect to like, I don't know what it was. Right. I don't know what it was. Like
Rich and Famous?
Yes, that one.
The Rich and Famous. Yes. I have
the Rich and Famous of Avon.
What's the name of them again? The Rich and Famous, yes. And you can find them on YouTube if you want to know what she's talking about. They're on YouTube.
Yes. So it's like, you get this perspective from that as being someone just starting the business that like, celebrity status versus me. And so you expected to walk in this ballroom and have like angels sing or something, and like you walk in and everyone's just like you and you're like, okay, wait a second, this is gonna be cool. All right. but I think that was the biggest thing. As more and more people shared their stories and spoke about it, it gave me this like, okay, all right, I can do this, and I can really make it much more of a business than I had in the past. So I was really inspired by that conference. Susie Orman was there also. She was fabulous. And so I left there very jazzed and ready to go. And I was mistaken. I was in leadership. I had not titled. Okay. We got back from the conference, and at the time, again, long time ago, you would lose your team if you didn't title within a certain amount of time. Right. Within a week of coming back from the conference, I found out that time had expired. And so I was having to start over again on my leadership, even though I had just been at this conference. And so, God, I get chills thinking about it. But I think that conference was probably one thing, not, I wouldn't give it all the credit, but definitely a big thing that inspired me to be like, all right, so that happened.
Right. So let me go back. I heard you say you walked into the room, this would have been for the first time, and you mean to tell me that everybody was just like you? You mean to tell me that like everybody was friendly and welcoming, and everybody had similar stories, and everybody started at the same place? And wow, I mean, that, and I do think that's a big worry with people, because you may have known your upline, but a lot of people, they don't want to come to this because they feel like, well, we have social media, but they really don't know anybody. They may not be real connected to their leaders. They may kind of feel like they're kind of out there on their own because maybe they're kind of stagnating, but yet here you were, you really didn't know anybody but your leader, but yet you went in and thought, like you said, you thought there's going to be angels or something, but yet everybody was welcoming, no matter where you were. And matter of fact, they probably didn't even ask where you were. They probably just like, oh, you Avon family, it's awesome.
Well, and I think also for me, so far, the people who I had known that were turning this into, substantial income, were doing it full time. And so I think coming in as a new mom, knowing that I didn't have 40 hours a week to give to a job, because that's why I left a job, you're kind of unsure if whether, you're being realistic. Like, can I turn this into something? And I think at the conference, some of the women with higher level titles that were answering questions and were full-time nurses, we know how much they work, or full-time teachers, and they were still doing it. And so as a new mom who, yes, I had the time per se, because I wasn't going to an office job, but we also know how being a new mom takes a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Also, that was also encouraging, because, okay, you can figure out how to fit this in no matter what your current life situation is. And so that was very encouraging to me in terms of being able to keep moving forward, because I didn't have unrealistic expectations. People were making it happen.
Right. Did you ever feel like after going to something like this, did you look? It's not anybody. This happens to everybody, especially people who are not involved in the direct sales world, or they don't really get it, or they don't know why people, are wanting to be a part of this. Why would you want to build this? Why Avon, whether it's why Mary Kay, or whatever it is that people are doing. But did you feel like maybe, and I'm guessing, and we know you have an upline and everything, but considering how much stuff around us with people going, they don't get it, because you don't come into this making $1 million. You don't come into this making $1,000. I'm not saying it never happens. I'm just saying it's not realistic to say that you're building it. So people who only get the 9 to 5 status of being paid hourly, and what you're getting, did you somehow rather suddenly feel like maybe some of your holes were being plugged, that what was happening to you in this business, that there was other support out there with people you were meeting, knowing, like you said, nurses, this bus drivers, full-time moms too, people that were tired of their government jobs, whatever it was, and they were wanting something more. Did this kind of validate you when it's so hard, when there's negativity of people? Your best friends may not get this. Your family may not get this. I mean, my family still don't get it, okay? My family still don't get it, okay? They don't. It's okay. But sometimes I feel like what wears on us is that the people don't. But when you have people in your circle who do now, I got to think that's really helped keep you going when you take those dips and those grinds of, it wasn't a great campaign for me, this campaign. Can I be completely honest? I've seen better campaigns, okay? I've heard a lot of that this campaign, but this happens. It's not just it's every company, it's every business. I mean, it's tire companies going, what happened? Nobody needed tires this month? What happened? I mean, it's everybody's business, but when that happens, you worry about the people are going to say, see, I told you this wasn't going to work. You said you didn't do as good this campaign. Those people are waiting to jump on you and they're ready to bite at you. But then you go to your social media, you can text the friends you made and you're like, how was it for you? And they're like, man, wasn't a great campaign for me either. But you know what, girl, I'm pressing on because I know what it was last campaign. Do you feel like that has been part of what's kind of kept you in the flow of things sometimes when motherhood's getting the best of you and everything else is?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that the last 3 RepFest, opening it up to everybody, I think is one of the best things Avon ever did. Perfect. And it is such a different event than, I mean, I know what that first event did for me, but RepFest is now so different than anything Avon has ever put together that I think that, yes, it's not necessarily just about the training, although it is a great opportunity to learn more, but to definitely take advantage of every minute you get to talk to other people, whether they're brand new to Avon, whether they've been to Avon. Everyone's doing something a little different, and you never know what you hadn't thought of or what you can take from theirs and kind of morph into something that works for you. And the new RepFest format with everybody there and the excitement and the announcements and the training, it really is something to look forward to every single year, not only to be there for what Avon's doing, but to see everyone else who gets it and is trying to do the same thing you are trying to do.
It's nice, especially if you're having a down year or a down month or whatever, or maybe something, last year, it's been a year today since my dad died. And although I wasn't close to my dad, that time really, I mean, that affected me in my business. And then, shortly after that, I almost didn't come to RepFest because of that. Yeah. And Lee was like, I really think you need to go. And here I am. Yeah, Molly Stone Bibbs saying it didn't matter. I had paid for it. I just didn't know if I was in that right state of mind to be there. But in the end, it was the best place for me because it really got me back to my roots of, remember, Molly, no matter what you do, you can get through this. And by the way, you got 6,000 people here going to help you through, so it's going to be all right. So that kind of helps. That does help, most definitely. You've been to a lot, and like you said, you were going when they were leadership conferences, so you've seen a lot of what Avon's brought into us. So even before your superstardom with Avon, when you think about the speakers, the people that Avon have brought in to influence us, and it's so hard. Well, it's not hard for me to pick my person because I just, everybody knows Darren Hardy. I just love Darren Hardy. I can't help it. Avon turned me on. I love Darren Hardy. I mean, there's so many people. We've had Les Browns. We've had Susie Orman, who's been with us a few times, and now Barbara. We had John Gordon. If you had to think just on speakers, you're not expecting it. You know these people. You've heard them. You may have watched them on TV. You may have seen them on social media. But has there been any one speaker that, number one, who would that be who really hit something in you? But number two, what was that something that maybe you didn't expect, that you were like, wow, I wasn't even looking to get this, but she's right, he's right, they're right, whatever it may be. And by the way, doesn't have, it could be a representative, it could be a Miss Vondell, it could be a Donna Reed Mitchell, it could be Teresa Paul, it could be Scott, it could be anybody, but everybody leaves with the even though I had a great time and this has been wonderful, but what did you leave with? Something that still to this day touches you and says, man, I'm really glad I went to that one.
Ooh, that's a tough question.
I know, and you may have to pick more than one. I told you it was gonna be tough and fun. It's good.
Like that should have been a, hey, think about this one before the live call kind of question.
I love it. Don't you? I'm the stumper. I'm the pop-up stumper. Thank you.
I know it. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I think there has been a couple, like you said, it's been every conference, but trying to think of it quickly on the spot.
I know, I'm so good at that. I know. Go ahead. It's good. You can slap me at RepFest. It's good.
I think last year, John Gordon did a lot for me in the positivity aspect, because, I mean, you know, life has been very unpredictable in the last couple years. And so it was a really good reminder for me to continue to push forward, which I'm always good at, but pushing forward
with energy vampires, right?
Get rid of those a positivity aspect, which I am probably my own worst energy positive vampire. So, you know, that was a good reminder for me last year.
He was really a good one, and I've got to be honest, I didn't know about him beforehand. I did not, but he's somebody I follow too, so I get you. So when I'm really being that life sucks, everything sucks, Molly sucks, everything's going wrong, he's definitely that person who tells me it does not all suck.
yes, or it may suck, but here's, you know,
there's another way to look at it.
Like, how are you gonna, like, that's benefiting you though still. So it that was a good reminder for me last year. I needed that in my life. Good. So
how about proudest moment for you in Avon?
Oh gosh, another
you
really
got a
hard
lot of
question.
them. I know. See, if I gave you this ahead of time, you'd have a chance to really think about it. No, it's like, what's coming at the top of your head? Come on.
Okay, so top of my head is probably the same one I say every time. And that was getting to turn, you're going to make me cry too, getting to turn to my kids who at the time were 2.5 and 4, almost 5, well, 5, and tell them that mommy just earned them a trip to Disney World. That was probably, like, there's been a lot of pretty
share
awesome
some love
moments
with her. That's big. Share some love. That's huge.
A lot of awesome moments in Avon. I mean, I've been very blessed and or lucky at, you know, some of the opportunities I've been given, but that one was mine.
I wonder if any of those opportunities ever made you step out of your comfort zone, Miss Luedemann. You think?
Probably all of them.
You think? Yeah, absolutely.
Including Disney. So
yes.
A little backstory on that. I was at one of the regional rallies. They announced the Catch the Magic incentive. I still remember what it was called. And I stood up.
Without the bald head coming in sideways, it wouldn't be a live stream, you know? Okay, go ahead. Keep going, please. I love it.
But I stood up and walked out of the rally at that point. It wasn't over. I went into the bathroom and I called Tom and I said, hey, we're going to Disney World. They just announced an incentive. He was like, oh.
Okay. Was he like, really? Yeah. Okay. What's the catch?
Like, all right.
Well, we're going to have to pay for it.
All right. Sure.
It's a man thing, dude. It is a man thing. I'm telling you, it's a man thing.
But oh my gosh, at that point, I would say years prior to that, I just barely made President's Club. Like, it was just to make sure that I took the benefits of President's Club.
Right.
But that incentive was you had to be the top 20% in the nation with sales increase to win that or earn that trip.
Hey, and here's a mom. Here's a mom who did it, raising her kids and said, you know what? Maybe I can, but I'm going to give it all I got. And I got to say, that's you, girl.
And there had been other incentives before that certainly I had wanted, but I think that was kind of the first one that probably maybe I had enough of an emotional connection to. That
isn't it nice to be able to take what you do and be able to let your family benefit from it? And I know they do. Yes. We make the money, we buy their groceries, but they don't get that part of it. You know, we pay the electric bill, we put money towards a car payment, whatever it may be, but they don't get that part. But something like that, that's huge. That's huge. I've got to tell you, and I know we're not just talking about RepFest, we're talking about everything, but I need everybody to understand that's where all this comes in. This RepFest is that thing that lifts you up so that you want to go after what they're announcing, that you want to say, I can, because for me, I don't know what it is about me and the husbands that come on these trips, but I've got to tell you, like, some of the fave things are like, meeting your husband, when you put up that freaking picture collage of me and him, and nobody will understand unless you were there, that was a moment where he let his hair down and he was being his goop. Hi, baby, look at this. He gives me the eyeball. He gives me the head. He gives me the eyeball. That is Tom, everybody.
I'm watching you, and you're behind on my feed, so I'm like two voices.
Of course I come up. You better have me to see first. Thank you. Because it's brought to me. Yes. Tom, you know, you never know what you're going to get when you meet people's husbands. There have been some have been like, really? Tom came into this world and he just fit in. He just fit in. It was like he was that brother that I just wanted to pick on. And it ended up that he picked on me, and he's always trying to get the best of me. And then there's people like Autumn's husband, Ruben, who, again, and they all get along with my husband, which is great. But I mean, it is just, I love that we all go and we all need our girl time. I love that. We love it. But when that kind of stuff happened for us, the Bahamas and all, that to me, I have made some of the best friends of my life. I mean, ever. And I wasn't a girl who had a lot of friends, okay? It just was that way. I don't know why. They say because I have an attitude from what I hear, but whatever. It is what it is. But I love
you
because
attitude.
Me? That's what I said, Rebecca. I said, me? Attitude? No, never. But I love that, you know. I mean, the way that people have embraced Lee, and I would have never thought Lee would have been the guy to come into this Avon world. And but part of coming into this and showing up at things like the trips and everything, coming to the RepFest, meeting the crazy women who come there and everything else. The point is, it really opens you up to, one, what the company is trying to do for everybody. And look, this company does not get it right all the time. They don't, any more than we get it right all the time. But they just keep trying. And they just keep bringing things and making them better. And if they mess up something, they say, guess what? We messed up. And we're working on it. We're going to get it better. That's what I've seen in the last 2 years, especially with this company.
Agree.
The way they've taken the helm and they've just said, we're going to make this better. I mean, they just gave everybody who earned it a cruise to the freaking Bermuda. Now,
Bermuda.
I missed it by points. I didn't. I was busy working on other things, and I didn't. But I was kicking myself in the behind when I saw everybody having a good time. Okay, so you and I were crying. So we don't even got to worry about it. We was like, so? We don't want to go. So we did. We wanted to be there. We did. Okay. It doesn't happen. I'm proof of the pudding. You don't get everything. But RepFest is something that you don't have to earn. Oh, you can earn the benefits they gave us to say, you know, you can earn money towards your room. You can earn the VIP trip. You can do that, but you can invest the little bit of money they ask, and you can show up, and you can leave there with more than you ever wanted. Not to mention that awesome Avon swag bag. and all those
Isn't that
products.
awesome this year?
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get the bag. I'm just showing up to get the bag, girl. It's all good. Like, get out of my way.
I'm dump it out and get my bag.
Yes. Yes, and this is really cool because Lee's going too. We paid, he's the I'm getting two, girl. In case something happens, I'm getting two. That's right, because Lee said he ain't carrying this, so I'm getting two. I'm excited. But this is great. Okay, so look, so we know we've had leadership conferences. Now let's just move to RepFest. We've only had RepFest a couple of years now, so here we are going into it. We're going to Ohio. So seeing when they switch the direction to sales representatives, all of us as a family, instead of this dividing us up. Look, I'm a big believer in leadership conferences because people who truly want leadership need direction, need to meet with other leaders, but representatives needed that too. They need to know they're not alone. So Avon did a great thing when they took a chance to do this. I will be forever indebted, and he's not with our company anymore, but Jordan Humphrey came up with these ideas and just loved that man, and he made the very first, it was just spectacular. But now he's passed the buck to other people, and you know what, every year it gets better. Entertainment,
they're building on it. It's getting bigger.
Is there something you're really looking forward to this year? I know they haven't let out a lot, like just bits and pieces of what, but what are you excited about?
I think this new Avon, like you said, is trying to get it right, but they're also trying to make being an Avon representative fun and big. And what I mean by big is the opportunities are bigger, the earnings are bigger, the support's bigger. Like, they're just trying to make it bigger. And so I guess the excitement is also a lot bigger. And I'm excited for the reveals, just because the reveals and the surprises last year were so much fun with the car giveaway and the prior year, the Tahiti giveaway, and it's just, P.S. helpful hint, don't ever leave a general session early.
Never, because the mouse got to be in the house. That's how Lee got the guitar, because two people wasn't there, and then they drew Lee's name.
And same for the car last year. Remember?
If we had missed out on that car, if they had, girl, it would have been, you better gone up there, take your high heels and act like you're me. Cut your hair or something. You better say, I totally. So good.
Are you kidding? Did you see me trying to do it? I totally would too. I'd be like, yes, I'm Molly.
Yes, I am. And they're going to be like, don't think so. But you're right. You know how everybody goes, oh, I just wish they'd tell us everything. I believe that on some things, but this,
I agree.
I am
but
so
I think
excited.
The excitement building.
We didn't know about 10 Gum. Remember, all of a sudden, here comes 10 Gum. I'm like, I was going to go to potty. I'm glad I didn't, because I wouldn't have missed.
Oh my gosh, you should have seen me and Lydia Osolinsky. We were sitting next to each other in the general session, and when they said there's a ticket underneath, you should have seen her and I. We hit the deck and started crawling because it was an empty row, and she went that way and I went this way, and it was like, where's the
ticket? My gosh. It was like Lee not being blind anymore. He just took off. I thought he was going to kill himself and everyone else. Oh my gosh.
You're like, wait, there's stairs.
I'm like, wait a minute. You're blind. Hold on. And I'm like, this is all it took, giving him a guitar, his sights back. Oh my gosh. It's great. I don't know. But you're right. It's the excitement. If you're going to miss anything, pee before the general session. Make your phone calls before the general sessions, because big things happen in the general session. I agree with you 100%. So I am looking forward to that. I keep hearing Michael Senchak and everybody say, biggest fourth quarter reveal we have ever had in Avon. So I am really excited. I mean, I've always felt like they were good. But when biggest, and they're going to be all together, not separated like last year, which is going to be good. And then I think President's Club and above, I think they're supposed to let them
get a preview. Yeah,
that's right.
Now that's cool. Another tip I would give representatives, especially newer ones, who don't necessarily have the money or the income, or they're not ready to spend a lot of reinvestment money in their business. Take advantage of the product expo. Get your camera out take all of your in real life pictures. You get to touch the stuff. You can put it up to you. You can take a picture of it with a friend. Get all of the pictures of that fourth quarter stuff. And if you can't afford to order the demos, you still have personal pictures to share with customers because you've seen it, you've touched it. So be sure and schedule time for that product expo, because if you
don't be afraid to do a live stream. Or you know what?
Absolutely.
Just do a video. So what if you can't live stream? Remember before we had live streams, we did do videos. What happened to that?
Right.
People, take your phone out and video. Tell people what you love about it. Tell them what you see about it. That's such a great tip. Thank you for that. Because yes, if they're doing fourth quarter, you're going to get the opportunity before anybody else. So I think that's fabulous. So take advantage of that. Is there anybody that you have met? Well, that's probably really putting you on the spot, but I'm going to anyways. It's okay. So anybody that you've really met, you know me, I'm going to anyways, that you were like, without these events, this would not have happened. This connection. And I know there's a lot of them, but I watch you with a lot of people. So, like, I know who your connections are. I know when you get in there. But without the events, where would, this is something that you wouldn't have. This is a friendship you wouldn't have. This is an accountability partner, that you wouldn't have. And you don't have to hold it to one. You don't. But what did that person bring into your life? And, maybe it's a mom who gets you or gets the struggles of whatever this is. What did you find there with the people? What did you walk away with?
Well, I would say the Lulu crew wouldn't be the Lulu crew if it hadn't been for Vegas. I do. Because I mean, you and Lee, we had connected via social media because of the video that I was a part of. But I happened to be going to Vegas a night early because I was taking advantage of, a night without 3 kids. And it so happened that Autumn was coming early and we had mutual friends, which were you guys. And so you had suggested that she reach out to me and to share the hotel room for that extra night. And basically that's the first time second time, I lied. Second time Autumn and I had ever met. I had met her once before, very briefly, when I was asked to speak at something as a makeup maven in California. But really, I would count Vegas as the first time we met.
Right.
But I said, sure, yeah, come, share the room with me. And kind of, in terms of being at these events, we were inseparable for the rest of Vegas.
Thus the Lulu crew. That's exactly right. Yes.
Hey, we even have matching cups now, so watch out.
Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. I did not know that. OMG, I did not know that one.
I should have had it in here to show you. It says Avon Beauty Boss, and then it says #Lulu Crew.
No, you guys are bringing that, right, to RepFest. You're bringing your cups? Okay. So y'all know, if you're like, I'm not quite sure if that's Rebecca. Is that Autumn? I don't know. You can say, look to the cup. Does it say Lulu Crew 1 or Lulu 2 Crew? What does it say? That's what you're going to know. You're going to know. I love that.
But that definitely is when we connected. And if it hadn't been for the conferences, I mean, we probably never would have met on that connection to where we actually got to sit and visit and realize similarities, talk about people in our lives. I mean, because she has been in Avon twice,
long time,
as long as I have. But we have a lot of similarities in terms of people who've believed in us, people who haven't. She's already had to do it around young kids. I'm going through that now. And so certainly, and then she talks me into crazy stuff like walking 39 miles and, but
I get that. It's gotta be nice to see or to meet somebody who becomes your friend, who has walked the journey per se that you are trying to walk now, that when you do hit a rough patch that, I had kids, but my kids were not as young as yours. And it was hard even when I had my kids, and I was a single mom at the time, but But for you to be able to say, man, this is really a struggle right here, and know that you can call her, to know that, you know, you can say, did you feel this way? I mean, was this ever frustrating to you, or did you ever have to deal with this? And to have somebody go, oh, I so get you. Let me tell you what happened. People really can find accountability partners here. They can find friends here. They can find friends/accountability partners, because we're not looking for people that we can all gripe together with and bring each other down. We're looking for people that when somebody is down, you got to find a reason to say, tell me something good. Tell me something good after this. And it's one thing that I know Teresa and me and Lee have taken from my upline, Ray Penn. I could call him and I could moan and I could talk about what I didn't like and why is this happening and I don't understand. And he would let me do that. But at the end, he'd say, now, I need you to tell me something good. Tell me something good that's going on in your life, your business, anything. Tell me. So when the conversation ended, it wasn't about what was frustrating me. It was about, this is good. I've still got something to be okay about. And I love that, because I can be here and be sitting in a bad mood, and Lee can be talking to one of you guys, and I'll hear you guys laughing about something, and I'll think, I can't even sit over here and be in a bad mood. I'm trying to be in a bad mood. It's my turn, my bad mood, and they're over there talking and laughing, and they're probably making fun of me too. But it's okay, because can't you let me be in a bad mood? But this is the great thing, because that's how it is. See, I can reach out to any of my friends in Avon and have a miserable day, and I can call Scola, I can FaceTime Wilbur, I can call my upline, and it can be about life, it can be about business, just the lifetime relationships of making me a better person. Because you guys make me rise up, you hold me accountable, and you make me be a better person. So from me to you especially, thank you for that. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being an example. Thank you for showing me and reminding me how much fun it can be to be a young mother, because I forgot some of those things, but I watch you all the time with your kids. I never went to baseball games, but I watch you guys do it all the time. And I just think that's just amazing. I love watching you and Tom and the kids out doing your thing. You all are the Avon dream. And I know you haven't hit your goals yet, but you are the person who's working towards it. You're living your life. You're doing what you want to. You're raising your kids. It's not always easy. It can be hard. And about the time you're ready to run out of gas, here comes RepFest. And RepFest just sticks. Boy, I'll tell you, the gas tank, you can keep going up to that gas tank and filling up. And before you know it, you got a couple of tanks in the back, couple in the front. You taking some in your suitcase. You got Avon. It wasn't going to be good to say Avon gas. That would not have been a good terminology right there. But y'all get the picture. You know what I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying. Your cup runneth over. Your cup runneth over with this Avon thing. So, and I can't wait to see you. I can't. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen everybody. I didn't go to Disney, and I wasn't on the boat. I'm not going to Wilby's for Mastermind this year. And I got to tell you, I am like, my meter is low for my Avon family. So I
know the countdown is on. I can't wait. I'm very excited. Sure.
We are, a little more than 30 days. No, is it 30 days or is it exactly 30 days? I think, yes.
What is today?
I don't know. Whatever day it is, we're very close.
I know I have to move on Sunday, and I'm trying to throw everything in boxes as fast as I can.
I know. I get it. But this is great. This has been fun. I got to tell you, so if you're a mom with kids and a husband and everything, and you're using that as your excuse, Rebecca just took it away from you. She just took it away from you, because you know what? She's known for a year this is coming. She said she was going to make this work. She was going to be there. She knew what had to happen in order to get there, and she did not veer from it. And I think that is what's important here. I've got people from all different walks of life that you guys are meeting on these pop-up videos. And no, they're not all grand superstars. It would be easy to take all the top of the line and go, this person's making, $100,000 a year. This person's making it. Let me just put all the, no. The people that I know, they like us. They're just trying to get there. They're just trying to be better people, more confident people, more self-confident, get out of your comfort zone, make a better life for your family. That's what Avon does for us. It gives us lifelong relationships. It gives us a place to go nurture those relationships and nurture our businesses all at the same time. And it saves it till the next trip. And I'm so excited because I know they're going to announce something. Nobody's told me.
They have
but
to.
Ever since Betty put that
and
boat
we're not missing
there,
this one, Molly.
We're going.
We're not missing this next
one.
We're
not missing it. That's right. No matter what it is, we're going. I'm hoping it's going to be something good. It's going to be something good. They always give us something good. So
they always have something good.
Yes,
no, it is such a huge investment, not only in your business, but even setting business aside. It's a big personal investment that can really make a difference in how you approach life, give you some energy back to approach life, find a friend. My phone's saying I'm low on battery.
Yeah. We almost done. That's good. See, right at the right time. That's good.
And I can't believe how affordable Avon has tried to make it with
seriously.
the airline discounts.
I agree. Look, everything they gave us, all the different hotels. Nobody has to
affordable
at the upper,
to where you can split it with people
yes.
or try and pull it off on your own.
Yeah.
Really, Avon is trying to make this as accessible for everybody as possible. And so really, really, you won't regret being there ever.
No,
I mean, not even to mention just all of the stuff around it.
Say they regret it. That's the one thing I can honestly say that I've never
it's worth
it. Walk away and say,
worth the money
really
every time.
Yep, I love that. And if you're looking for a roommate, don't forget that there are some Facebook groups out there, that people are still looking for roommates, from what I understand.
And that might be outside of your comfort zone, but it might be, a new really good friend.
To the Lulu crew. I'm just saying, she didn't know if Autumn wasn't going to rob her. Autumn could have robbed her or something, or, taken advantage of her or something. We never know what could happen. She took the risk, and they're now the Lulu crew, and I love that. I love that. Lifelong friends, and they help each other in business, and that's just amazing. So, so everybody, let's show Rebecca Luedemann some love. You need to seek her out. You need to watch her YouTube videos. She's a busy mom, so she doesn't get to make as many as she'd like anymore. But
more are coming. More are coming.
They're coming. That's right. They are. Friend her. Don't worry about it. She can take all the friends she needs right now. She's living with Tom. It's okay. Believe me, I know. It's good. It's good. And I'll take care of Tom. Don't worry about Tom. I got right under my thumb. I got him. It's okay. Don't worry about him. Y'all friend her. Get to know her. When you see her at RepFest, you need to say to her, I saw you on Molly's pop-up video. Oh, my gosh. You need to tell her, because she's amazing. And you will be a better person for knowing Rebecca Luedemann. That I can tell you, because I am, and it takes a lot to make me a better person. Okay, so there you go.
No.
So she's like top of the line. We are going to be putting this on YouTube. I will be sharing it. So here is another one that you can send out to your teams through email. In the meantime, feel free to share these in your groups now as the live stream. Guys, it's never too late to get another team member there. Please don't give up on showing these to your team. Rebecca could be the person, the mom who touches somebody on your team to say, well, she can do it. Man, I need to go, because maybe that's what I'll walk away with, So don't ever think it's too late. It's never too late until we're there and we are just reaping the rewards of it. It is never too late. So share these with everybody. Rebecca, have a great day. Give your husband a big kiss for me. And I love your kids. And keep sharing, girl. We're so proud of you. And we can't wait to see you at RepFest.
Oh, thank you, Molly. I can't wait to see you guys too. And everyone else, I can't wait to meet all of you if you're new, and be there. You need to be there. Yeah.
Be there. That's right. That's a great thing. Thank you, my friend. Have a great day. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.